Yo, what's up? Another video. We're in the car. We're not in the car. We're in the van. This van is a disaster, as you can imagine. Minivan peeps, rise up. My name's TJ. I run a business called Pokepastor TCG. I buy and I sell lots of Pokemon cards. I've made a small little, medium, small, I don't know, whatever size, relative side hustle in my basement where I do about $25,000 in sales every month, tunnel. And I help you guys. So if you want to learn how to sell cards on TCGplayer, I want to learn how to make some extra money selling Pokemon cards, my channel has all sorts of videos that can help you out. Why is this guy wearing a suit? Good question. As my title of my channel suggests, I don't just hang out in the Poke space, but I'm also a pastor. And so today I have a funeral to officiate. Someone who comes to our church named Lyle, older guy, good man, passed away recently. Yeah, he was a good dude. Rest in peace, Lyle. So I'm going to go spend some time with his family and officiate the funeral, celebrating his life. Quick side note, I think I enjoy doing funerals more than I enjoy doing weddings. And before you're like, wow, that's kind of messed up, hear me out. I think that at weddings, people don't really care or have a desire to listen. They just kind of want you to wrap up so you can get to the free drinks and free food, which I get it. And at funerals, people are usually looking for hope or looking for some kind of like semblance of peace because of the grieving. And I like being in that space and being able to serve people in that way. Does that make me weird? I don't know. Maybe. But yeah, so going to do that, and I gotta stop at the post office beforehand to drop some stuff in the, drop some orders going out, but yeah, but yeah, today's video, talking about profits. How do you track your profits, right? Gosh, that's a question that I've gotten so much. People asking like, hey, how do you know you're making money on each card? And a couple answers to that question. You kind of don't. I mean, that's the short answer. It's a little bit more complex than that because you certainly can find out exactly how much money you make for every sale that you do. I would, if you're new to this place and you're asking that question, the way that I would, like if you're paying me to coach you and you ask me that question, this is what I would tell you. I would tell you that if you want to grow your business, you should not be concerning yourself with how much money you make on each individual card. And here's why. I've said this before quite a bit. The trading card business, the Pokemon card business, is a game of volume. You want to sell as many cards as possible, not necessarily the big, sexy sales that are going to make you hundreds of dollars per transaction. Those are cool. Those are really cool. I've done those. They're sick. That's not the bulk of your profit, right? That's not the bulk of your sales. The bulk of your sales are going to be $3 cards, $5 cards, $8 cards, 50-cent cards, 30-cent cards. Like that is going to be the vast majority of your sales. And the profits on those are sometimes like a quarter, sometimes $1, sometimes a couple bucks. And the whole point of doing volume and focusing on volume over margin is that over time that adds up, right? Like when I say $20,000 to $25,000 in sales every month, a vast majority of that is cards that are under $10, cards that are under $5 even. And when you do that, it is really hard to make sure that you are hitting a desired profit margin on every card. I guess like 15%, 20% is like the profit margin that a lot of people say like, yeah, that's what I want to shoot for. I'd love to make that on every transaction. And I think that's fair. Like I think that's a good number to shoot for. And sometimes you'll make that. Sometimes you'll make way more than that. And sometimes you're going to make less than that. Sometimes you're going to make closer to 5%. Sometimes you might break even and gasp, oh my gosh, no way. Sometimes you might lose money on a card. What? I'm working for free? Oh, this is the worst side hustle in the world. What am I doing? I think that if you're sweating that kind of stuff, your ability to scale and have something that's big is not, like you have to be able to shrug some of that off, right? it's like it's kind of similar to like the rare scenarios. I mean, at least it feels pretty rare for me, of a card getting lost in the mail, or quotations, lost in the mail, where someone steals like a $5 or $6 card. You have to learn how to brush that off and move on. Like, if you get hung up on the little things like that, it is significantly going to inhibit your ability to grow and build something special. And I guess like one of the reasons why I don't care about tracking each individual card's profit is because I know, well, I guess I don't know objectively. I would be willing to wager a lot of money that the people who have not 6-figure Pokemon card businesses or trading card businesses, but 7-figure trading card businesses, I'd be willing to wager that none of them prioritize tracking profits on each individual card. Because there's too much. Now, of course, if you want to find out exactly how much you paid for a card, find out how much TCGplayer paid you out, or Wix or Shopify or eBay paid you out for that card. If you want to do that, and figure out, you can knock yourself out. And if you want to try and keep that in a spreadsheet somewhere, gosh, again, holy smokes, if I'm coaching you, that is like the first thing that I'm going to tell you to stop doing. Because I think that your time can be spent doing so much better stuff. You can do that though, like you can. I do think it's going to keep you from growing and building something special, something big. Especially if you're using TCGplayer and you are using mass price through the Reseller program, Reseller tools, like where your prices are changing every day. Like, gosh, there are so many variables that go into that, right? There's shipping costs. That depending on how many cards people combine together, or how many cards people put together in the same order, like then you have to find, like, so that's a thing that you've got to be cognizant of. The prices go up and down all the time depending on what the market says. You might hold on to a card that you purchase in a specific collection. You might hold on to a card like for a week. You might hold on to a card for 5 days. You might hold on to a card for 3-4 months. So I don't think that's beneficial. So okay, TJ, so you're just telling me I can't. So how am I going to know that I'm making money, man? Like, I'm in this business. I'd like to make some extra money. I want to buy some extra cards. I want to build my collection. I want to build a cool side hustle. Like, I want some extra, like I want to finish my basement. My basement is unfinished, and I want to do what you did. I want to take my profits from the Pokemon card business and finish my basement and hire some contractors to come in and put up some sheetrock and put down carpet and all that stuff, right? Well, if you have kids, your beautiful basement that you're planning on finishing is going to turn into a war zone. But side note, the way that you track profits is you have a separate account. You have a separate account for all of your Pokemon card income and Pokemon card expenses. If you have like a business account, that's even better. That's really cool because there are some cool things that you can do specifically with a business account. But even if you don't have one of those, open an additional savings account, open an additional checking account, open up something, right, that you can use to have all of the money that comes in from eBay or TCGplayer or Wix or Shopify or whatever platform you use. All the money goes in there, and then anytime you make a purchase, make sure that all the money comes out of there. And if it's a savings account, then just make sure, obviously you're paying with a credit card for something, just make sure you make the right transfers, right? Just make sure that that's the only source of income and the only source of outgoing expenses for your card business is the same account. And then month to month, track it, or not even month to month, maybe go just track it over time. Hopefully, if your business is succeeding, if you're doing a good job, you will see that number increase over time, and then you will know that you're making money. Which, if you're like, oh, this is just too simplistic, like there's just no way, like I need to know how much I'm like, again, I want to push you, I want to challenge you a little bit. The people who are making the most money in the space, the people who have the biggest businesses, are not sweating those things. I promise. Because it's too much, because their time is, and like, I cannot imagine having a spreadsheet and trying to like figure it out, be like, okay, this full art, okay, yep, Salamence EX full art, Journey Together, I bought this at 70% of market, but what was 70% of market like 3 weeks ago when I bought it? Okay, so I bought that for $2, it sold for $4.50. Okay, fees, it's sold in the direct program, so there's extra stuff. Like, my brain is gonna like explode just like trying to think of that, and all of that time that I could, all that time that I'm spending doing that, I could be listing cards, I could be trying to work out deals with people, I could be making content, trying to build a brand. Like I've made a bunch of videos about this. When you're in the card space, there's never not something that you can be doing. So why would you want to spend your time doing that? Yeah. So yeah, how to track your profits. Do a bank account, make sure it goes up over time. And that's kind of it. And that's what it's been like for me. So yeah, I hope this is helpful. I hope this can maybe release some of you guys from trying to do that. And if you think that I'm crazy, you think that that's simplistic, you think that I'm wrong, please let me know down in the comments. I'm getting to the post office, so I'm going to go run in these orders. I don't know. I think there's like 20, 30 something. So yeah, and then I'm going to go say goodbye to Lyle and celebrate his life with Lyle's family. But I believe that Jesus loves you, that he's got an incredible plan for your life. I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace.